Ooh, I'm back. I think some of the players are. I'll still be waiting on a couple.
I'm
Sound
back.
off. Okay. We have a Septimus.
Yo.
We have a champ. I know we have a page, so I can see her. And we're just waiting on a Grim.
No, I'm here.
Okay. Just using the bottle again, will
Grim
you?
speaks with actions, not words.
Okay.
We'll just listen out for a grunt and an axe swishing.
Pretty much. Oh, thank you.
I'm getting some odd echo.
From...
Echo, 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 echo.
Do you have the stream open?
That. Thank you. That's exactly what
Sorry.
Thank you
Is
for having the stream
that
open.
maddening half-second delay?
Yes, that is exactly what it was. It's like, where is that coming from?
So yeah, so you're in this courtyard. All right, so I've got some stuff. So, the realization that this building is an abandoned temple to a lawful good deity stirs something in Anivia. Anivia goes despondent. Can you all roll me sense motive checks? Okay.
Apparently not.
Okay. Oh, so she goes to spawn and she's complaining that her leg is bothering her more than usual. She just needs to just rest against the wall for a moment. Fresta and Age, you think it's more to do with this building devoted to a lawful good deity has stirred something in her, and she just seems not scared or worried, more just kind of like depressed and sad. August Worm then mutters that Aniva's she's slowing the team down. And this, Aniva explodes. She says I'm not surprised that a man afraid to acknowledge his own faith wouldn't be moved by a forgotten building like this. I'm not surprised you're ashamed of one's... And that to be ashamed of one's faith is as bad as worshipping demons himself. Horgus seems taken aback by this outburst, and then contemptuously remarks on the irony of being chided by someone who has been known to consort with thieves. Aniva just falls into black, silent anger, her eyes narrowing as she draws upon inspiration from some sort of memories, just to resist escalating this argument. What do you guys do? They're both just like shooting daggers at each other. And Eva made some sort of comment about Horgus not acknowledging his own faith, and then Horgus calling her a consorter of thieves.
I'm going to try diplomatically to state that we need to stop this bickering and get through here if we all want to survive in one piece.
Okay. Make me a diplomacy check. Oof, very nice. Okay. You managed to kind of like diffuse the situation. Horgus kind of acknowledges this and says, very well, that does make some modicum of sense. Very well. And you get the sense that he doesn't... his attitude doesn't slip further south from where it already is. Anivia, this being the final thing needed to bring her one step closer, she's no longer neutral with you. She is now friendly with you. Which... One second, I just need to get rid of... More experience.
So as we play the follower minigame.
Yeah, there's a follow a middle. Yeah, pretty much. So you get this for neither one degrading. And then for increasing the diplomatic stance of Anivia, you get some more experience, which it doesn't seem to show me at this point, which is weird. Sorry, apologies for this. Scroll. Here we go. So yeah, so the diplomatic stance goes neutral, helpful, and then friendly.
Cool.
Or friendly then
Anivia
helpful.
is a friend.
Yeah, friendly then helpful, sorry. So you got 400 for not allowing either of them to slip. And then because Anivia is now friendly towards you, some more experience. Okay. What do you guys want to do now?
Champ, to try and like alleviate this, be like, oh, we're all keen to get out of here. August, yeah, you seem very keen to get out. My friend, what's awaiting you when we get up top? What are you looking forward to best when you get out? I just want an ale, and I'll sit with my friends and have a drink in a pub. What are you looking forward to?
Well, I'm both looking forward to and dreading getting back to my estate. Whilst I would like to get back there to ensure that my possessions don't fall into the hands of demons or their ilks, I'm also worried that undoubtedly the help have most likely already scarpered off with many of my possessions. Given half the chance, in the chaos there's no doubt above. I wish to get out of this cave into some more comfortable surroundings.
I was focusing on like the only bit of that he seemed positive about. But like, so what wonderful things do you have, my friend? A man of your wealth, I'm sure. Wonderful things you have. This way, Avastan. I try to avoid that. There's a big rock there. Just like I'm just trying to keep him talking on anything that's vaguely positive.
Okay, I see where you're going now. Okay. Make me a diplomacy check. Make me a diplomacy check. Okay. You kind of help guide this kind of small talk as to do with things he likes, and you get the feeling that he likes to talk about himself and the things he has, and
oh yeah, he's a big important man. Yeah.
yeah, and the more you listen, the more you realize he actually is quite an influential person. Even though some of the stuff sounds like he's bigging himself up and such, you don't get the sense he's lying at all. Like, he's being quite frank, and he doesn't need to lie about his possessions or his status or his importance or influence. He is whilst not a ruler, he is definitely one of the more important, not quite noble people in the city. He is a person born to a good family with quite a lot of old money behind him. However, he's not just been successful because of his old money. He's also made stuff for himself. He's made like a name for himself in like business.
I bet he loves telling us all about it.
Yes, he does. But as a kind of more matter of fact, he doesn't quite have the ability to speak florally about himself. You get the sense that whenever he goes to go to a negotiating, he simply comes with enough like documentation and facts that he doesn't need to like bluster or bluff. But yeah, you kind of further diffuse the situation as he's now kind of just like spent in conversation with you.
But I was more like, the aim was to do this while I was just leading everyone else, or while we still keep moving on, and be like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
and he'd be like, of course, as I closed the blah blah account, I'd be like, oh, and how did you do that? Oh, yes, well, it was blah blah. Oh, it's fascinating. This way, Abstone. I'll step over this.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, exactly. Just keeping his attention on the conversation, which you're gonna like only half listening to, and you're picking up key words and just going, yeah, deal you closed. Very good. Tell me more.
I bet that sounds very intelligent of you, and I bet that person felt like it was awful when you'd outwitted them like that. Tell us more. Tell us more. Yeah. So otherwise, other than that, map-wise, I think we're looking at wandering around this building, like around the outside of it or going into it. So I can't see all of it because there's a lot of shadow going on.
Yeah. So you can like as you kind of like go around the building, you get that the only entrance to this building is through the door right here. The door appears to be seized shut, but you get a sense you could probably force it open still. It's just time and weather, and by weather I mean like drips of water and like some calcification around like the hinges and such seem to have seized it.
I think maybe you and Grim could open that.
No, I wasn't our sports ball team head blitzer for no reason. Aravashniel, if we lean you up on a wall over here somewhere and just get him out of the way and then start doing like stereotypical like shoulder charges into this thing, the thing that in reality absolutely dislocates your shoulder.
Yeah. This is my
I've got
door opening
improved
your
ball
shoulder.
rush. This is what I have these massive shoulder pads for, you know?
Yeah.
Before we go any further, Grim pipes up with everyone, sort of the flurry of chatter all around him. I tell you what, we've been going a little while now, and it is pretty, warm in this sort of musty cave. I'm pretty thirsty. Now, I did note that in that backpack, right, the one that I carefully lowered to the ground very gently, right, that there were some little drinks. I would like one of those little drinks, please, like to quench my thirst. They looked delightful.
Those may be magical. We need to maybe figure out what those are. But I can.
But I'm very thirsty.
I can make some water for you.
I don't want water. I want backpack drink.
Water is good for you. It makes you big and strong.
Already am big and strong, so backpack drink, please.
So, as this Janetta kind of holds her hands out, and a small little blue bead just kind of like appears on the floor, and then just water just starts to bubble up from the ground, like this clear crystal like spring just appears on the stone floor as it starts to just drip, and like quite a lot of water is coming out, and it's draining out. It's not like it's going to be an issue, but there's basically a large puddle is now forming with this clear liquid on this stone floor.
Well, sorry, I pressed the button, but I had the intention of like finding a vial or something.
Okay.
I know that my name, right, is Grim, and I look fairly savage, right? But I'm not stooping to the level of drinking from a puddle, right? Off the floor like a dog, right? I want backpack drink, right? And I would like it now.
The champ is just going to be mostly amazed by the magic. He's just like very wide-eyed and enthusiastic about everything magical.
I'm going to take a water skin out of my bag and hand it to him. Just say, have a drink.
Oh, does it have water in it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Yeah, fine. I made a puddle. Sure. We'll go with that.
I'll take the offered sort of what is it, like a
water skin? So it's like a.
And I'll uncork it, right? Sniff it. Yeah, I mean, once again, it's a similar problem, right? Because this has been in leather, right? So it smells like leather. It's going to taste like leather, right? And I'm not a fish, right? Like, I know they drink water and they love it. They splish splosh around in it all day long, right? But what I'm really after, I don't think I've been particularly clear, right? Like, maybe because I'm not, words not my strong, clothing, right? But I really, really want backpack drink. I can't express to you how much, right? Or in clearer words, right? How much I want one of those backpack drinks. I saw them in there, right? And I'd like one,
So you
right?
know the two he's talking about. There is the item which you identified as the potion of cure light wounds, and then there is another potion which you didn't identify, which was a pearlescent kind of color.
I don't care which one.
I'm
right?
not sure one of them you need, and the other one I need to figure out what it does to make sure it doesn't kill you.
Right. Well, I mean, surely that's a risk I'm willing to take, right? So,
But it may be useful for another situation, so I'm not going to give it up.
it could be.
I'm going to ignore him
It could be
and
used
ask
in this situation right now to quench my
Paige.
thirst. Right?
Yes.
if she can identify this unknown potion.
You could try. Just make a spellcraft check.
Yeah.
Was she?
Spellcraft is grayed out.
Oh, you're not trained in it.
Backpack drinks are the
no.
best. I'm telling you now. Right?
Um,
Come in their own little glass vials. You only get a taster. Like, it's going down the pub, and you get those little tasters. Right? You buy them in little sets. Yeah, it's gonna be good. I'm telling you now. I can.
At the mention of like that, Aravash, he says, Mr. Grimm, would you lend me your strong arm for one moment?
I mean, I could, but then like, when it comes to swinging this here axe,
I might have some backpack drink for you.
Nice.
I must warn you though, and he kind of like gestures to his belt pouch. He says, "I must warn you, something has broken in there." You can see that the belt pouch itself is kind of like damp at the bottom. He says, "That's why I've been hesitant to go inside. If you could please retrieve from it any one of the backpack drinks you would like, and then one of the other kind of teal coloured ones."
What's that? That's like a greeny colour in it.
It's kind of like a greeny blue kind of colour.
Kind of aqua.
Right. Okay. I think
More green.
Purpley, greeny blue. Right. Gotcha. One of those colours in the right. Okay. Grim starts feeling this guy up.
You start feeling this guy's belt pouch.
Trying to find backpack drink.
So you go into his belt pouch and you can see that there were 3 potions. One of them has smashed, and his belt pouch is full of like glass shards. And you can see that he's got. Well, there are 2 teal-coloured potions in there. One of them is slightly larger than the other one. Which one do you take for yourself? The smaller or larger?
Yeah, no, the taster.
You'll take the smaller one.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. I think I've dragged that into your inventory. Yes, I did. And then he chugs the other one. So you should have a potion of cure light wounds in your inventory now.
Fantastic. If I can find it, I.
You go to your inventory tab.
It'll be under consumables.
Yeah, so inventory tab, and then it'll be under consumables, and then you just click the little sword icon, and it will just use it for you.
Wait, so he could have healed himself this whole time?
He was on 2 hit points and didn't really want to rummage around in a belt pouch full of broken glass. He also
Gotcha.
doesn't 100% trust
For a
everyone.
wizard, 2 hit points is like half health.
It is for me.
Yeah. How does one use said?
So if you go to your inventory tab,
Yep.
and then you see where it says consumables, click the little sword icon on the Potion of Cure Light Wounds line. There you go. And then you click your token and then click apply, and it'll just heal you. Champ, make me a strength check.
Righty dokie.
Oh yeah, you smashed the door open.
I've got improved bull rush if that would help. But I suppose that's more knocking people off their feet.
It doesn't help, but you've also just smashed through the DC.
Kapow!
So in here, there's a stone bench lies on the southern wall of this chamber. At the far side of the room, a basin of water sits atop a stone pedestal. A stone door engraved with an image of a hammer stands to the north. There is a gentle light coming from this this basin of water.
Cool. I'll stick my head back through the door and go, big man, when you finish with that backpack drink, don't smash it. We could fill it up with some water from in here that's not from a puddle on the floor.
There's a sensible man right there.
Then I guess I'll go check out this other door. Is this
Can
other door smashing in as well?
Ask the how'd you say it? Irrational. Aravational.
Aravash.
If he can, Aravash, if he can help me identify this other potion, I can describe it to him, and if he can smell it,
He kind of like just turns to you and he says, whilst I am quite skilled at the arcane arts, I haven't quite developed the skill sets to identify magical items without the ability to see their auras.
that's fine. I thought I'd check just in case.
You do all get, thanks to Grim just tipping Aravash over the mark, more XP for getting him.
How about like taking
friendly.
his stuff makes him friendly? The fuck? I'm like carrying this blind motherfucker around. He's like, I hate these people.
No.
What is this guy?
You were the It was just Grim was the final thing tipping him to friendly.
He's like, I'm carrying around. This guy's like, I want your stuff. He's like, all right, you remind me of my grandson.
Oh my god.
Pretty
In case
much.
that he tried to step in to calm us down.
So you can open doors by just clicking on them, and they should just open automatically.
Right, fireball to the face.
Cham, you see this water in the basin with a continuous light, basically continuous flame light source in the water itself.
Yeah, so that's even more appealing to cast because I'm like, look, this backpack drink is glowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the goods ones.
You instantly
The
recognize
Yeah,
what this
definitely.
water is. This is holy water,
Ooh.
and there's enough here for two doses or 2 vials or flasks.
Like, I compare it to the holy water I have already in my inventory pack. Yes, definitely holy water.
Exactly, it's definitely holy water. You recognize this stuff. You've seen this stuff. You know, whenever you swore as a child being raised in the orphanage, you were forced to wash your mouth out with holy soap and water.
That would have been damn expensive. Sorry, darn
The priests made it.
I spent 25 gold on this punishment, so you're going to feel this. Like, oh no.
Yep.
Okay,
Um,
Grim shuffle past the parcel with the little vial. I hand it all the way to the front to.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll pass it
Fill it up.
along.
Is anyone
Okay.
else filling up? Because I have a canteen, which I assume is just filled with normal water.
Yeah, I'd say a canteen could hold a canteen I guess could hold a potion, even though I guess it would have room enough for 2 potions. But I think when you start to do weird stuff like that, it just gets overly complicated. So
I mean, players like speak, I already have a potion of a potion. I already have a holy water, so this is for like anyone else wants it. Go for it. I mean, we've already given one to Caster. If someone else wants one, go for it. Otherwise, I'll take it. If not, moving onwards through the door. Do I set off all the traps?
A broken stone bench lined this narrow room. The air is cold and stale, and a thick layer of dust covers the floor, benches, and a large altar at the far end of the room. There appears to be, here, sat motionless on the bench, the body. One second. Appears that a hooded figure is sat stock still on the bench, leant forwards, completely unmoving, covered in a layer of dust.
Oh, champ, be like, hello there, sir. Oh, he's covered in dust.
Do you know what I think he needs?
A backpack drink.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'll make room for car.
As you kind of like step forwards and say, "Hello, good sir." Oh, never mind. He lurches to life.
Ah! This has got like Japanese horror film.
Give him the backpack drink. Give him the backpack drink.
He looks very dry.
Anyone who has knowledge religion can make a knowledge religion check for what this thing appears to be in its location. No, not Iomade. Do you not have knowledge religion?
No. Do you think they'd really teach me comparative religions at the school I described to you?
You took law Iomade instead of knowledge religion?
Yes.
I mean, it sounds about right.
Role play.
Makes sense, sure, yeah. Okay. Right.
Up to you if they teach us about these things.
Septimus, you identify this as, and I'm probably going to butcher this name, so I apologise, a cucurva.
Sorry, a what?
Some sort of Cuban dish.
A cucurva.
Yeah, that sounds delicious.
You have
Imagine it has potatoes and corn.
You have identified what this is, and you can know one thing about it. Would you like to know?
Weakness.
Weaknesses. Okay. It has no weaknesses. Sorry.
But it bloody will with a chop.
But closest I can tell you, it's got damage reduction 5/magic or silver. And it is undead. And then let's get all of you rolling initiative on the combat tracker.
Ah, flip. It had to happen eventually.
Okay. Yeah, applause. It goes first. As it kind of like it falls forward and then kind of like on all fours scuttles, going for the most faithful in the room.
Damn it.
Which is actually a tie.
Oh, that's a good point.
Paige and Champ, could you roll me a d20? Whoever gets the highest gets the is the target of this thing. Okay.
That was closer than I would expected it to have been.
Yeah. Okay.
Was the information shared with us, or did he have time to share the information about
Nope.
silver? No.
No.
Pants.
So
tight lips.
He kind of like scuttles.
Cakes.
Like he kind of semi like wall scuttles and then lands in front of you, and then just gets up on its two. Actually, yeah, and then he strikes at you, Paige, with his claws. Does a 15 hit you?
Sorry, I'm trying to learn my way around the new character sheet.
Because you haven't acted yet.
AC 18.
However, your flat-footed is 15.
Flat-footed, yes, 15.
So you have taken a 3 damage.
Yay.
And what you can always do is, if you've got your token selected, you can click the apply button on the attack that's been populated, and it'll automatically apply the damage to your character.
Okay.
The only time I suggest you guys don't do that option is if, say, it's fire damage and you've got resist fire 5, because it will just apply all of it to you anyway. It's not got the functionality to include resistances. So. Septimus. Your turn.
You take a 5-foot step forward.
Okay.
5-foot step forwards, and I'm going to cast a spell.
Okay. Go for
Magic
it.
missile.
Nice.
And I'm going to say it's. I'm going to as I do it, I'm going to shout out it's weak to silver and magic.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. It takes the 3 force damage, smashing into it. The dull magical thud. Paige.
How long would it take me to get my silver holy symbol out of my backpack?
Do you not wear it?
Do I?
I thought you wore it like a necklace. Or
Are you
if it's
very
in your
secretive
backpack,
in your faith?
then it's a standard action to retrieve something from your backpack that would provoke an attack of opportunity. Should have put the battle music on as well.
Yeah, I should have decided that. Since I haven't decided that, we'll have to say it's in my backpack.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll pull it out.
Okay.
And can I take a 5-foot step back?
Yes, you can take a 5-foot step back and then retrieve your holy symbol. No problem. Okay. Grim. I heard like there's the scuttling of dry bones and creaking of ancient sinew, and there's like abhorrent hiss noise come from inside, and then the magic missiles issuing forth from your companion.
Right. Well then, I'm gonna move my full movement to get close as I can to it.
Oh yeah, you can get there easily. You can move past your companions. It's not a confined space.
Gotcha. And I still get an attack off the full movement.
Yeah, you get a singular attack if you want to.
Chop, chop, chop.
Yeah. Haha!
It's definitely a hit. And it takes a nice solid 8 points of damage. And did it some serious hurt right there. Champ.
Well, I guess I can't charge it, so I guess I'll just move around, get to a position, and swing and hit with hopefully with power attack.
Oh.
Swing. Possibly,
You
maybe.
just
who knows?
hit.
Huzzah! Not turning off power attack until it messes up for me.
At which point you kill it. Again.
As I die, loathsome thing, just chop it to pieces.
I help.
You did. It was definitely a group effort.
Thanks.
Alright.
Like, you drew its aggro, Septimus gave us vital intel, Caster here chops it with his massive axe. Like, good going, buddy.
Thanks.
Obviously powered up by that backpack drink. Good going.
Yeah, see, I told you it works.
I think now I will loop my holy symbol around.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what a pretty butterfly.
Thank you.
Yep, you don't know what god that represents.
No,
I'm
not at all.
But actually, no. It's a common enough, well-known god, just like Iomede's holy symbol would be known. It's
I've
the symbol
probably
of
seen it
Desna.
around. I've seen it on like gravestones or something.
Yeah,
I'd be
yeah,
like, okay, it's
exactly.
vaguely religious. Sure.
And it's
I'm gonna have a
you know
look around.
it's not a bad god. It's a kind of like a friend of Iomede in the sense
Yeah,
that
Butterflies
she's not
aren't
in that
evil.
position.
If
Exactly.
it was a moth, however.
Okay, so looking over this creature, this Ikuva, its rotting vestments hang across the withered flesh of this walking corpse, with its mouth hanging over. These things are usually priests that have died, and when their temples fall into disrepair, if the priests' bodies are still in the temple, and the temple itself becomes unsanctified, sometimes that can cause the priests' bodies to reanimate as undead.
Ah.
Oh, so he was a priest.
He appears to be a dwarven priest of Torag, who may have died here, and then through the age, the temple itself became unconsecrated. Not desecrated, simply unconsecrated. But that action of a priest whose body had not been, had last rites or put to rest, and the temple becoming unconsecrated, was enough to cause this once devout individual to be raised as a perversion of his once true self.
Okay, so yeah, that's I mean, I don't know what I know about Torag, but could we kind of try and get some approximation of putting him to rest properly?
Yeah.
Yeah, chapel. Mother
While
some
they're
kind of
doing that,
prayer, which is probably utterly unsuitable
I've
for
made a
the...
perception check to look around.
Okay. So the shrine was clearly always humble, and little treasure can be found within, save for that on the Hikuva's body. A pouch in his belt contains 2 potions of cure light wounds. And on one withered hand, it wears a knotted gold ring. The priest's warhammer lies dusty on the ground, long forgotten. It appears to be made of superior craftsmanship.
I'm gonna tell everyone what I found. More backpack water.
Yes.
Don't announce that.
Yes.
This hammer looks quite nice.
So it is a masterwork of warhammer.
Oh,
Meh.
nice.
Oh, my friend, what is a hammer if not an axe, which is blunt?
It's
but
an
then
axe that squashes.
Technically, they're not an axe.
Yeah, it's a hammer.
Close to an axe than the sword is, though. The sword is very far from an axe.
Well, yeah, I mean, I grant you, yeah, on this really messed up, logic that you're using, yeah, I guess you're right, but I ain't for me. I mean, I'll hold on to it if it's too heavy for you, but I don't want to use it or anything. I got this bad boy right here, right, Old Faithful.
Talking about things too heavy, does anyone want to carry some rations I have?
Yeah, I mean, I'll take them.
Easy question.
Cool.
I'm not very strong. I don't move across.
After all that drink and that wetted my mouth, now I'm feeling a little bit hungry. So, that's fortuitous timing.
I think DM's moving him across.
DM what?
He was asking how to move them across, like from his inventory to.
Oh, okay,
Chris.
sorry, yeah. So Grim, are you taking both those potions of cure light?
Nope.
He's taking rations.
Oh, you're taking rations.
I'm taking munchy crunchy stuff.
Granola bars.
Alright, so... what, all of the rations?
I mean, as many as he's going to give me.
Just keeps
Was it
eating them. Just as he hands you one, you eat it. He gives you the other one. You then eat that as well. Just maintaining eye contact.
I mean, I am going to eat one immediately, so you may as well just eat one from his inventory before you pass them over.
Oh, he had 2 singular rations and then a wad of 8 rations. So I'll just drag the 8 across.
Cool. Well, Champ's going to go check on the others, make sure they're not dying horribly to giant flies or something.
Mm-hmm. Who's taking the potions of cure light?
I think Septimus was. Is that right?
Okay. So I believe to transfer items, Septimus, what you could do is I think if you double click or if you go to the Actors tab and click any of the other characters. Actually, I don't think you even need to do that. From your inventory, if you click and drag an item, and
there's a present icon.
Oh,
that says
yeah, there you
give
go.
item.
Yeah, it's the present icon. Yeah, give icon, and then choose who you're going to give it to. And then I think you can choose how many as well. That's how you give items to each other. And I need to give you.
I'm going to give me the option of dancing light, spiritual weapon, backpack, masterwork.
Sorry?
What?
When I've clicked the present, it
Yeah.
says give item to actor, dancing light, spiritual weapon, backpack.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Then I probably need to change missions to observer.
Give everything to the light.
Do you get a selection of him now? Does Craster appear on the list for you?
Nope. I will have to check that out between streams. Okie dokie.
Sorry.
Yep, makes for good radio.
You would think there would be, just like where we can see our characters on the map, that we could click on somebody else's character and transfer stuff.
I thought you could click and drag an item from your inventory onto the name of the person in the Players tab. So try doing that. So if you open up your inventory on your character sheet, and then on the 4th tab along, which is the Actors directory, click that, and then open the Players folder, and then try and click and drag an item from your inventory onto one of the players' names.
Did nothing.
Did nothing.
That's fine. I'll jot down that we need to figure
I
that
will
out.
have to check that.
I got it.
Oh, you did it?
Grim, check your inventory.
Did you just give me a potion of cure light?
Yes. Does Paige need one?
Yes, you did do it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Twice.
if you've
Let
got
me just get rid of one of them.
spares going, sure.
So, how are you doing it?
Dragging on the list on the tab. So
Yeah.
I'll just drag it across, drop it on the name, and
Cool.
it says how many you want to give.
Perfect. I
So
thought that's how
Paige
it
should
worked.
have one as well now.
Super. Yep,
Very
thank
good.
you.
Right. Champ, you know how to clean a church. You know how to clean a shrine.
Yes.
I mean, this is like second nature to you. With Paige's really good religion check earlier, with probably about 8 hours of work cleaning and praying, you could consecrate this temple either to Torag or to a new deity if you wanted to.
I mean, that's a cool thing to know. but we've got 2 very injured people. I mean, yes, it's horrifying that priests of this place are coming back as undead Gribblies. But there are people right here who are in trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're all like, shit, we need somewhere to rest, then he'll probably be uncomfortable resting here and spend his 8 hours of rest doing that and thus be fatigued afterwards. But
Well, I mean,
otherwise,
it's only midday at the moment.
Okay, I mean, with the people we're with, I thought we were. It was more important to get them moving and get out of this place. But
Totally up
it's
to
good
you
to
guys.
know.
Now that I've had some backpack drink and I've had something to eat, I do think I could use the rest.
It's like makes a bed out of this undead priest, just like curls up on him.
I mean, so if you wanted to do that, yeah, I mean, you know, I'm fine with it. You know, like.
I don't see it personally as a pressing priority.
Our injured companions could probably use with a rest. I mean, one's got a leaky leg, you know, and you can see the bit where it's coming through. I mean,
Wouldn't she benefit from a backpack drink?
Yeah, maybe.
Probably.
Yeah.
You know, so I think a good rest and backpack drinks all round, and some munch and crunch for everybody, and we have a good old sit down for a little while.
Yeah, sure.
Everybody
I'll take it to Aravash and Evia and Horgus and be like, well, we've cleared this place and it looks pretty pretty darn secure.
Just remember to close the doors behind you.
Exactly. So
Yeah. He says,
considering one of these doors is so hard to open that I don't think anyone could sneak up on us.
yeah, Aravash is like, please, like, can you just describe what you see in here? Because that's just quite fascinating. There are ruins down here. These could potentially date back to the First Crusade, maybe even before. Very interesting, yes.
Could I go back out and maybe try to convince, or see if, I'm sorry, I keep forgetting her name. Aniva, yeah, to try and see if she could maybe be persuaded to come in.
Yeah, no, she'll come in. If like she'll definitely take the opportunity to sit down and rest, as her leg is literally killing her. August kind of like comes in a little bit and he's like,
literally or figuratively killing her?
Figuratively.
Okay, cool.
I'm
just gonna keep taking off a hit point.
Sorry?
I'm going to offer her the potion of cure light wounds I have.
She will drink it. I don't know if you can drag it to her, so I'm just going to take it out of your...
Am I able to try... I think you took the wrong one out.
So what's that?
Oh,
Like
I did.
D8 plus 1?
Am I able to try and identify that other potion again, if I can figure it out?
Yes.
Or is that...
Actually, no, because you just failed to
okay.
identify it.
Yeah, I think it's you have to wait 24 hours or something.
Yeah. I'll add it in a bit. And if you want to use it, I'll remember what it is. So she's gonna heal up. Oh yeah, I need to use that right one. Sorry. She heals up 6 more hit points. Lovely. She's looking a lot better. Her leg is still broken. The bone has been kind of set, but again, having like a clean broken leg, you need a bit more than just cure light wounds to repair that kind of damage. That will require either quite a while of resting or some more powerful magic than you've currently got at your disposal. But again, she thanks you, and she just kind of like sits down on the dusty bench. Oh, sorry, that's a shrine. She sits down on the benches that line the wall.
Cool. Yeah, so it's like Champ will just try to keep people's spirits up.
Yeah.
Keep asking people what things are they looking forward to when they get out of here. Try not to make it too melancholy. If people are like, well, I saw my wife and kids die. Be like, oh god.
Anivia's like, I just need to find my wife. I hope she's alive. And she just seems like in a funk. Like she's like, I can't. No, she has to be okay.
I'm sure she is. We'll find her.
Aravash is like, I have to get back to the temple. Sorry, I have to get back to the library.
Oh, what library's that? I mean, I'm quite new to town, so.
It's the Black Wing. It's a large library in town. It's where I work. You know, I have friends there, and I'd left it only maybe 20 minutes before what happened. I'd only just got to the center of town when what befell happened. I just hope everyone who's there is okay and got out in time.
The will of the gods. Well,
how long do you guys want to stay here? Are you just having like a short pit stop? Are you having a full-on rest? Are you cleaning this place and then resting afterwards, or?
I mean, if we're resting here, I'll like clean it and use some of this holy water to reconsecrate it. And literally, the only god I know how to I would know to reconcentrate to would be Ioma Day, so I'd be like sketching the sword and sunburst or whatever. But that's if we're having like a proper for like at least 8 hours here.
I mean, yeah, I know it's still quite early, but I feel
I do need to rest.
yeah,
I mean,
and
Champ could keep soldering on, but
I feel like I don't know that I can leave this place not reconsecrated. It's just not right.
wow, like Champ will be like, so, see, there's someone else interest in holyifying places. It's like, oh, good.
Yeah, I don't really care whether it's holy or not or what, right? But I just thought it would be nice for the blind guy, right, the woman with the bone sticking out of her leg and the arsehole, right, if we all just had a little bit of a break, and a sit down
Yes.
and just a bit of a relax for a minute or two, like I'll give everybody one of these munch and crunch, right? Here you go, munch and crunch for you, munch and crunch for you. So Grim hands out enough rations for everybody for them to decide what they want to do.
Oh, well, thank you, friend.
Oh no, you're very welcome. You're very welcome.
Grim,
I saw a flint and a bit of steel in that backpack. I would really, really like that because my axe needs sharpening after I've chopped some things. That Shamble man, he's dented. Look, there's a nick in it. There's a nick in Old Faithful, and I need to shine this out. So I mean, I'll give it back to whoever wants it, but I could really use that right now.
Really use.
You
No
could
objection.
technically use a flint and steel to sharpen the axe if you just use the steel block, I guess.
I have one.
Yeah. Okay, so after
Does it
can
make
you-
sparks?
No, because it's steel on steel, not steel on flint. It just
not
makes a
without
horrible
any
grinding noise. Grim,
Well,
can you
that's
make me a
regressible.
diplomacy check, please?
So what, me?
Yeah,
Oh, I need to do what now?
a diplomacy check by handing out the food and
Right.
wanting everyone to take a rest, for the NPCs' benefit rather than for anyone else's.
Yeah.
Cool. That's how I thought it would probably go. August seems very much taken aback and just kind of like harumphs and just Kutho, a civilized individual. However, that is enough to make Anivia helpful. Pissing off August that much. Which
It's just pissing off one guy. It's the only thing she cares about.
well, she was also given food. She was also suggested that she was given the healing potion and that a rest was taken for her benefit. So all of those
cool, that
things
makes more
combined with also calling Horgus an asshole was enough to bring her up to helpful. Here's some more XPs for everybody.
So I noticed that Horgus is just standing in the door. Is he gonna come on in?
He's not coming in. He's grumpy at this point.
Okay, well I'll invite him in anyway.
After you guys have done like most of the cleaning of this place, then he comes in, just sits down on the bench. What's that diplomacy check for, Septimus?
That was to diplomatize him to get off his high horse and come in. Because it's a lot safer out here behind 2 doors than 1.
Okay. I you know, as we kind of settle in, I will hand out friendship bracelets.
Yeah.
You know, we've been through some stuff, and we've got more to go. So
Oh, it's
you know,
amazing. It has my name written on it. Amazing.
I make friendship bracelets, and you know, I'd like y'all to have one.
Can you make me
Definitely enthusiastically accept.
let's move the dancing light.
I did a diplomacy if that's what you need.
Could you make me a craft jewelry check?
To see how good they are.
Yeah.
Champ, this is not going to affect Champ accepting it.
Oh, do I?
Yeah, you put it under your skills. Craft jewelry.
Oh, spells. Is it
Skills.
skills? Where?
Skills, craft jewelry.
I don't see it.
1 second.
Yeah, I don't have any crafts. I mean, I don't have any points in crafts. So that makes sense.
It'll be in the background tab. Okay. Oops.
Oh yeah.
They might be a bit mediocre.
It's not too bad. They're serviceable. I mean, they're not going to fall apart. They're just made from simple cloth, just slightly kind of woven together. So yeah, I mean, August kind of. It was 17. August will take it.
Yay!
He just puts it in his pocket.
Oh.
Anivia kind of like chuckles and just like ties it, rather than putting it around her wrist, she kind of like ties it to her bow. And Aravash, not being able to see or know what it is, just kind of like just runs it through his fingers, kind of feeling it, and then just like finds a pocket and puts it in.
I'm going to tie it to the pommel of my sword.
Sorry?
One that you give out, if you give a soul one,
Oh, yeah,
tie
no, of course.
the pommel of my sword.
It's like, oh yes, not just the NPCs.
No, literally, everybody gets one. Yeah. Sorry, I keep forgetting everybody's name. Aravash.
Mhm.
I'll like try to describe the colors and like if there's like it's got butterflies on or whatever, and offer to tie it around it wherever he wants, if he wants.
Yeah, he's just, you can tie it around my wrist if you wish.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Who's leading the consecration of this?
Oh, probably Champ and me.
Okay. Because Champ wants to clearly do it to Iomade.
I mean, obviously.
It was to Torag, but you can do it to anyone you'd like. So you could do it to Desmond if you wish. Or you could do it to Torag.
I mean, I have a piece of chalk. I assume I'm like sketching around my sword and then adding like a star.
I mean, if we know anything about, or if I guess Champ wouldn't, but if I know anything about Torag, maybe I could try and lead through the correct rituals.
Make me a knowledge religion check to see how much you know about Torag and whether you think that you'd be able to consecrate. You know enough that you could probably do it to Torag. That'd be difficult, but you could certainly try.
I mean, we've got time. He was a priest of Torag, so he should go to Torag.
I mean, if you want to take 20 and literally take like a further hour to just very carefully do that, you certainly can.
Yeah, I think we were kind of settling in for a while.
Yeah.
Whilst they're doing that, I'm going to rest.
Okay.
You just give Champ instead of sketching around that sword, here, sketch around this warhammer you found.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, sure.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, cool. So with the 20 taken, because you've got a 5 modifier, it's enough to beat the DC. Reconsecrating this to Torag specifically gets you a bit more XP.
Turns us all into dwarves.
That's just your wishful thinking.
Here's some XP.
That's because dwarves are awesome.
Also, for the next 24 hours, you're all under the effect of the Bless spell.
Nice.
As
Nice.
Torag himself grants a boon to you, seeing that you have put to rest and done the last rites of one of his priests, cleansed and re-sanctified one of his temples. Even though he's not your personal deity, he takes note and grants you the boon of Bless for the next 24 solid hours.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then we rest for 8 of them.
And let me add that, because I clearly forgot to do that for you guys, and put it into your sheet under buffs. I can't remember what Bless does. What does Bless do?
I've linked it.
+1 AB, and then I think like +1 to universal saves, I think.
So under your buffs tab, I'm populating it now with Bless. You can like toggle on and off buffs. It's the same place I put your Barbarian Rage class feature. So I'm just gonna pop it in there and activate it for you all.
Yeah, I've just seen that. I've got my resistances are on there.
Yep. Yeah, so for the next 24 solid hours, you're under the effect of Bless. A few more hours pass as you kind of like each take a turn, like resting, closing your eyes, or meditating, or whatever. Get a few hit points back for these guys as they rest. Neva's looking far healthier, albeit still broken leg. So she's not wincing in as much pain, but she needs Arabash, his eyes are still absolutely broken. He takes out, he takes from inside like his cloak a spell book instinctively, and then just puts it away a little bit disheartened. You get the feeling that he was probably going to prepare spells, but can't. But he's still
I
only
won't worry
got
about it,
left.
mate. I don't like reading either. Just put it away for now.
In the resting time, Champ will like write in his journal for a while, like tongue half sticking out as he writes, and then if we're sleeping here, he'll curl up with pulls out his sports ball out of his pack and uses that as a pillow.
Yep. So out comes like this egg-shaped piece of leather with
Just inflates it. Just
yeah, this is kind of like egg-shaped piece of leather, roughly the size of a loaf of bread, with red and gold stitching, and a sword and a sunburst, a sword on one side and a sunburst on the other. He mutters to himself, "Always sunburst out."
yeah, always sunburst out. It's the patterning of the stitching.
Yeah.
Obviously, I have to take off like breastplate and everything to actually sleep.
And yeah, you guys get a full night's rest. You, if you're hurt still, will heal 1 hit point because that's how many hit dice you have. And
Yay!
Septimus, you will heal that 1 point of damage which you took to your constitution. So you can get rid of that as well.
Yay! In my bedroll.
Yeah. Then, throughout this entire period of you resting and concentrating, you hear very muted kind of crashes and thumps coming from above. You don't know how far down you are, but whatever happened above, it's still going on. Occasionally, there's a big thump, and rock dust falls from the ceiling, and everyone kind of like just goes tense for a moment, and then it passes. There's no like collapse or anything like that. But it's pretty much ongoing.
So, shall we, if everyone's rested, shall we carry on?
Yeah.
How does this work when you rest at noon?
Well, you spent
You go to
about
utility.
8 hours cleaning the church.
Okay, and then
So
we
it got to
sleep.
about 8, and then he slept. So you probably finished resting, having technically a full night's sleep at about 2 in the morning.
If you go to utility
Roughly.
on your thing at the top, it has rest, and it'll just let you. And
Yes,
it takes
you can
adds
just
your points
click a
and
button
stat.
on your character sheet, and under your summary tab, and you can just click rest, and it'll give you back your spells and all that jazz. So on your character sheet, under the summary tab, just underneath where your picture is, you can click the rest button.
Yeah, I see it. Sorry.
Cool beans.
It's also under utility along the top. We have attack buffs, conditions.
yes, I
Oh
do.
yeah, I
Cool.
forgot about that. Yeah.
Very cool. Okay. I have moved special things around, so if you guys go back that way, down there, outside, you will be able to progress to the next area without me having to drag you or anything.
Okay.
Champ, do you want to lead the way?
Of course, my friend. No, like, of course, like, it's after like hour of prayer or something to Iomade or whatever else doing stuff, and like get redressed his armor. And head forth. Obviously, I have to like make my sword glow again.
Mm-hmm. So you follow this passageway back to the junction, and you go the other way. The passageway leading. I don't know how you would determine the direction, but leading south. You travel for about 40 minutes before ending in the next cavern. The gradual rise in elevation. And here, stone figures are carved into the walls of this cavern. Each depicts a different crusader clad in armor, wielding weapons, but their carved stone features contain expressions of sadness.
Yeah, I'm probably like, Aravash, look at that. Oh.
I'll describe what we're seeing to the elf after the faux pas.
Okay. At hearing this, oh shit, I need to drag them across, don't I?
Yep.
Drag. At hearing this, he wants to know more. He wants to. He asks that you. He lets go of Grim at this point and takes Septimus's arm. He says, "Please, take me to them. They are just up there. Take me to them, please. This is fascinating." And he feels the features and he asks you to describe them. You give ample description. He says, "This is fascinating." Anyone who has knowledge history, if anyone, make a knowledge history check.
I do, but I don't know very much.
No, you don't. These are just like you just describe. They're statues of people in armor and stuff.
I'm so sorry. I'm not sure. I can't quite recall something, so I'm not sure.
Interesting.
I'll describe what they look like if there's any markings on them.
Yeah. Whoa, I am lagging super hardcore at the moment. What is going on? No, I think that's better.
Abandon the stream.
Yeah. Aravash knows quite a lot. He goes. He explains that it's interesting. Yes, these are definitely soldiers depicted from the First Crusade. Who would these be created by? There were rumors that some of the descendants of the First Crusaders lived beneath Canabris. This is just hearsay, but this lends credence to those ideas that perhaps there are a whole race of people who are descendants of First Crusaders living beneath the very city. Perhaps they are the ones that constructed things. This is fascinating, absolutely fascinating. And he's completely enraptured.
Champ hanging on his every word.
It makes sense because the world was covered in demons, so that's me just making up history because I have no idea.
So he shares one of the theories that there's old legends that the First Crusade, a group of crusaders who had become infected with abyssal energies, fled to these caverns to raise the deformed children in peace, and that the descendants live on today in the tunnels below the city. The presence of these statues here gives significant credence to the tale, as the elf assumes they were carved by these children. Yes, interesting. Fascinating. However, at his excited gasps and wanting to know more, did I do that correctly? Have a look.
Yay.
Can you guys... Okay, can I... You... and you. Yeah, can everyone roll me on the old initiatives? Perfect. And then I need to add these two things. Then begin combat. However, these things go first.
Hurrah.
Dun dun dun.
So
Ah!
first up
I'm being
is
flagged.
one is going for Arabash. And he's going
Oh,
to.
no.
Is this what he wants to do? To try and slam him. That's definitely a miss. Even though he's flat-footed and blind, 5 is absolutely atrocious. The next one tries to slam.
He's getting those daredevil senses.
Yeah. Next one tries to slam Champ. This is against your flat-footed armor class. Oh, cool. Never mind. We go back to the top. Anivia takes out her longbow and takes a shot at this one. Sorry, short bow, not longbow. Pew!
Does she have precise strike?
She does. However, she misses. Septimus, this is your turn. If you have knowledge dungeoneering, anyone can do a knowledge dungeoneering to try and identify what these are.
No. I'm going to lash out with my sword.
Oh, go for it.
Which one?
Yeah, which one do you want to target? Oh, go for it. Oh yeah, you're flanking it. As these things like silently fell from the ceiling. That is unfortunately a miss.
I missed.
Yep, that is a miss. It is Dark Mantle number 1's turn. He's going to try and slam. After not hitting Champ, he's going to try and slam Septimus.
He's going to hit me. He's definitely hit me.
So he's hit you. You only take 1 point of damage. However, cool. That's not been set up correctly.
We don't like, however.
That instead. A 7 does not beat.
Fun.
A 7 does not beat your CMD, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Cool. So you are not grabbed by this thing. Grim, you'll go.
Right. At the prospect of once again failing to see an ambush coming, Grim flies into a rage. He starts roaring and screaming and shouting incoherent nonsense.
Just full on tantrum.
Yeah, like it's something awful to behold.
If you toggle rage on your buffs, it'll do everything for you. There you go.
So shift 5 to get nice and flanking there, and going to attack.
Go for it. There's definitely a hit, and there is a solid amount of damage right there. Chunk.
Well done, friend.
Champ. You'll go.
Cool. Shout out.
Cheers, Foxplot.
Aravashnil, look out! Some kind of angry cloak is trying to grab you, and I'm going to power attack the one that the big man just mostly chopped down to continue my habit of kill stealing.
Yep. Okay. That is a hit, and that is a kill.
Oop.
Blurg. Blurg.
My word, if it was foot sports ball you played, I would have said you're a goal stealer.
No, I only score what's been set up for me. It's all a team effort. Thanks, big gun, as you're like... My
Aravash
God, look at him. He'd be
will...
amazing on the sports ball field. He's got such heart and spirit.
Frothing at the mouth.
Aravash will do nothing.
Just, what's happening?
Yeah. Paige.
What did he just try to? Did he try to grab, which would have needed a save rolled?
Yeah, so the Dark Mantle tried to, as part of its slam attack, get some try and grab, but it failed. It rolled very poorly.
Okay. I will, I guess, go to. Is the other one currently attacking anyone?
The other one's dead.
No, I mean the one that's alive.
It was trying to attack Septimus, but it failed.
Okay. I guess I will go up to Champ. Sorry,
Okay.
I'm just holding my thing and cast Resistance.
Cool. Okay.
So you get a +1 on saves.
Ooh. I feel like holy power invigorating me. I'm like, the gods are with us.
Yep. I think I've put that as a buff on everyone, which you can toggle on. There you go.
Yep.
Cool. Okay.
I like that the bless is a giant glowing crucifix.
It's a giant cross, yeah. Aneva is going to. She kind of like runs her fingers over her arrows and she actually like contemplates for a second, and then does decide to shoot. She curses as she misses. Septimus.
I'm gonna go. Never was good with the sword.
Mm-hmm.
And cast a spell.
Okay.
Ear-piercing scream.
Cool. Go for it. It needs to make a fortitude save.
DC
You
15.
casting defensively?
Oh, he wasn't.
Yeah, no, I wasn't.
It makes the save, so it takes 1 damage, I believe. And then it gets an attack of opportunity against you.
Just schlump over his face, like, oh god!
Oh, it might not even take the damage. It hits you for 3 damage. It then it gets a free grab attempt. Does a 13
it's
piece?
grab.
He's grabbed?
It's grabbed me.
Oh, okay.
Oh, friend! Don't feed yourself to it. That's a terrible thing to do.
Because of that, you are now grabbed. It has encompassed your head and most of your torso.
It's gonna eat me.
Mm-hmm. That's Septimus's turn. Can everyone make me a perception check?
Oh god, there's more of them.
Cool, okay.
Obviously not
nothing.
me. 'Cause
Okay.
Hooray!
Actually, medium might. Nope, never mind. Cool. The Dark Mantle's turn. So.
Did I roll the best perception with a goddamn
Okay,
-1 modifier?
all he does is manage to maintain the grab he doesn't unfortunately get to do any kind of constrict damage, but you're grappled at the moment. It is not considered
Yay.
grappled,
Ooh,
as
funky.
it is enveloping. Grim, it is your turn.
Ah, bloody hand-handed shrimp. And then attack.
Sure.
Hopefully, I don't hit my companion, but I'm filled with rage.
Yes, yeah, the red mist
I
is
hope not,
descending.
'cause I might die.
It's too powerful.
Okay, 17 definitely hits it. Dark Mantle. It takes the damage. Septimus. You take 4
Yeah.
points of damage.
I am unconscious.
Okay.
It's killing my friend.
Oh God, he's dying.
Eating his soul.
Are you on 0?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're staggered. You're still conscious.
Okay.
So you're still standing, but you are on like 0 hit points.
Yeah, I think it's you get one action around.
You get an action per turn. Yeah. Champ.
Yeah, having seen this axe blow, I'll be like, oh, no, it's like clothing, I guess. I'll like drive my sword into the ground so it's still like a glowing beacon, and then just try to peel this off of him.
Okay.
I
Maybe a
guess opposed strength or something?
CMB.
Ah, okay.
To try and help break the grapple.
Now, if only it was a bull rush. No!
No, you like peel off one tendril and then another one's grabbed back and you go to pull the other one off and the other one goes back again and yeah, unfortunately. Aravash, I'm hearing what's going on.
Of course, we need to retain the Aravash running commentary. I forgot to do that on my turn. Damn.
Is going to use Summon Monster 1. To summon Jesus. Actually, no, he's not going to use Summon Monster 1. He's going to reach down, try and touch the thing, and use Acid Splash on it. It's 11 against its touch armor class. Which is not good enough. He misses, and acid just splatters across the floor. Paige.
Almost, Aravash. A bit more to your left next time.
Yeah.
No, your left, not my left. Ah, that's pointing at me.
And if I run in there, it's gonna get a attack of opportunity against me.
Probably not, considering it's currently grappling and eating.
If I can I still like see Septimus?
Yeah.
Okay, so I can still like touch him.
Yes, you can certainly still do that.
Sorry, try and get the right thing pressed. And then I will Cure Light Wounds.
Cool. You guys see Septimus, you are healed 6 hit points.
I feel 6.
Yeah.
Yep. So you should just be able to click the apply button in the text chat. It'll just give you the 6 back. Yeah, okay. Okay. Anivia, last chance of this. Oh, okay. She spins around and aims her short bow down here. She says, Who goes there? Are you friend or foe? In return, you hear this kind of like deep resonating, just like chuckle. Finally something warm and juicy to eat. And then she pings off an arrow without any kind of like waiting. However, she misses.
Sounds creepy. Shoot it.
Yeah, pretty much. Septimus. This thing is like enveloping like one of your arms, your head, and most of your chest at this point.
Can I try and break free?
Yeah, you can try an escape artist or a CMB.
How do I do CMB?
If you go to attack, it should be CMB. Just be there. Ooh, no, unfortunately not. That is your standard action. And you could try and move if you wanted to. I'm not sure where you would like to move to, though.
Runs into a wall.
I'm gonna back up. You can't see where you're going. That's a good point. Okay. Stepping into view, a rather bedraggled, crazed-eyed, red-headed dwarf with a very, very unkempt beard and wild eyes looks over in your general direction and shoots off aiming at Grim. He shoots off a magic missile. Oh.
He's just jealous because you're bigger than him.
You take 3 points of damage. Unfortunately, you're going to have to do that manually because I forgot to set up his magic missiles correctly. And his form is shimmering slightly, as if it's being blurred. The dark mantle disengages, flies, and just moves back up to the ceiling. Kind of like retreats because it's very badly wounded. And this food is not worth this kind of effort. Its mate has already died. It's no longer interested in carrying on the fight. And he just kind of flies up into a dark corner of the room and attempts to hide. Yeah, not bad. Pretty good. Okay, Grim, it is your turn.
Having been struck by this whatever
Yeah.
Retaliation!
I, at a full charge, axe overhead, like I do a double move essentially.
Yep, you just charge right up to this guy.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I don't know if I get an attack.
Yeah, no, you get an attack. So, charge is a full round action, which allows you to move twice your speed, and then get one attack with a +2 to hit. But a -2 to your armor.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I figured.
So how does one do charge then? As
if you when you attack, when when it pops up with the option of power attack, in the attack roll bonus, just put a 2, and then click single attack.
I'm looking at my character sheet. Yes.
So choose attack with your great axe, or sorry, not great axe, battle axe.
Yep.
And then when it brings up the box where you can choose to toggle on or off power attack, in the attack roll bonus, put a 2. And then click single attack.
Yeah, I got power attack. There is no additional box that pops up. So do I just hit single attack?
Just do single attack and we can just add 2.
Right. Attack roll dice, attack roll bonus.
Yeah, attack roll bonus, put a 2 in there, and then just click attack. Sure, just add 2 to your roll. Oh, Jesus, okay. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so...
Has he just splattered him?
Oh. Could you roll me a D100? You want to get 21 or more.
That's R forward slash or
/R.
Yeah. Okay. You don't miss due to blur. How do you kill this man in one singular blow?
As I said, charging at it with axe above head, axe straight into the cranium, straight into the skull.
Okay. So you took him from his max hit points of 19 to negative 23. You took him from full health to more negative than his max health, which means he is destroyed. Like,
Gad's big man. You've bisected him.
yeah, absolutely demolished, and he's dead, just done, and combat's over.
Oh, grim.
Like,
You need to shower.
I turn as the body slumps to the ground, I put one foot on it and I, heft the axe out and I look over my shoulder, mad, crazed eyes, and I growl, "Who's next?" Looking at everyone around me, all my companions, staring at them all.
Well, is that what backpack juice does?
Give the man more.
Quick. I'll end combat and take you out of initiatives, as I assume Grim isn't going to attack his party members. Or is he?
No, unless they do something like, point a weapon at him.
Horgus backs away. He hunkers into the shadows at this.
Chap's
Seeing this
got his
display.
shield and it just raises it a bit more. Like,
Septimus takes himself and the blind elf and hunkers behind the big champ.
Okay.
That sounds like a plan.
Right.
Clearly not seeing any sort of hostile sort of actions and just heavy breathing and no additional attack coming. I'm guessing rage will just wear off. Is that something I have to do?
Just untoggle the buff and you'll be fatigued for a number of rounds you were raging for. And that's it. So for
well
success,
done, big man. That's definitely an argument in favour of axes.
there's some more experience for successfully defeating 2 cloakers and whoever this was.
He had a whole backstory and a name and everything.
Yep.
Are we meant to be keeping track of this XP? Because I've not been doing
If
it.
you look at your character
Okay.
sheets,
Yeah, you'll
you
see.
should see.
Like
Cool.
almost 2/3 of the way to level 2. Nice.
Woo!
Let me also go change this sheet to a loot sheet. Now you can loot Milorn, I believe. You should be able to. Congratulations on that. Well done battle. I think if you have to move right up to him and then you should be able to just double click him. And you should be able to
It'll be like
loot his
it'll
stuff.
be like doors, but you have to be next to him. I expect.
Yes, I believe so. So I'll read out what there is. There's a very finely made cloak, a light crossbow, a dagger, a potion of cure light wounds, a cloudy purple potion, and 2 spell scrolls, which are
quarter.
easily identifiable as Blocking Grasp and Resist Energy. And they are arcane.
They're not for me then.
I'm a sorcerer. I don't really need a spellbook.
Purple drink.
And yes, he does have a spellbook as well. However, none of you use a spellbook.
Aravashniel. Oh.
I'd say chat.
I'm going to take the scrolls because I can use those.
Yeah. If they're on your spell list, you can use them, which I believe they both are for you. I think Shock and Grasp is. I think Resist Elements is as well.
Resist Energy is definitely a Wizard Sorcerer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good one for Wizard Sorcerer because you can constantly be like, oh no, it's run out. Oh no, they've changed their energy type. Well, I'm a sorcerer, so guess what?
And an Azimir sorcerer, so I have resistances anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, even nicer.
So this next room is known as Milorn's Palace. A small campfire and a well-used bedroll, along with a few utensils and tools, sit near another cave opening in the far wall of this cavern. There is also this area here, this campsite. You can also loot that as well. There, you will find a ratty bedroll, a small pack filled with dried meat, preserved fruit, and some mouldy cheese, 6 days' worth of rations. A chipped 6-inch tall marble statuette of a humanoid throwing a spear. The statuette is worth about 75 gold pieces. In addition to his prepared spells, he has his spellbook, which is of no use, but the spellbook is worth 160 gold pieces. So I'm instead just going to add 160 gold pieces. I'm going to put this actually put as money to this loot. And I think you should all be able to see and loot Milorn's camp and Milorn himself. I hope. Looks like it. People are looting stuff.
I can.
Okay. I think I need to change that to this loot sheet then. Oh. Sorry, there's like
It looks
many
like
mods.
Septimus is like mine, yoink, yoink.
Our default. Is the one I want? Oh. No.
Guess Champ will give some kind of
There we go.
battlefield last rites to.
Now you
like,
should be able to loot it.
Like, sorry, dwarf, I had no idea who you were, and I'm sure you had a rich, vibrant life, but you made a fatal mistake of firing a magic missile on our big hulking friend here. So,
those of you with spellcraft, do you want to try and identify the purple potion and the cloak? Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying it, Boss Page.
What was it? Spellcraft?
Spellcraft to identify.
Oh,
There's a magical cloak and a purple potion. Okay, that's for the cloak. Septimus, you identify the cloak as a cloak of resistance +1. And do you want to roll again to see if you can identify the potion? Yes, and you identify this as a potion of invisibility.
Does August actually have any weapons?
Has someone got a crossbow bolt?
No, he doesn't have a weapon.
He should give August the crossbow.
Yeah, I mean he'll take it.
I've taken the light wounds, but if invisibility is useful to anyone,
I like purple drink.
take the purple drink.
Oh no.
Like,
Why
double funny D.
were you asking about crossbow bolts to go with the crossbow?
Yes,
Don't
the-
you have a crossbow?
I do, but did you give somebody else a crossbow?
No, there's one here.
Yeah,
Oh.
Grim gave the crossbow to Horus.
Oh yeah, I thought so. So if he needs bolts to go with that, then give him the bolts to.
Okay.
Because obviously I've got some, and I don't know if it's better for me to not have them at all.
Eventually, we will take the crossbow off you.
Yeah.
You know, I'll take the dagger as well because you can never have too many knives.
Man after
Might
my
need to
own
clean his
heart.
teeth.
Oh, okay. So moving into Milor's palace, which is basically just a really crappy campsite. You don't know how long he was there for. Just around the corner is a route upwards. A steeply inclined tunnel leads upward to the north. Its walls lined with numerous nooks, handholds, and dozens of iron pitons that have been driven into the walls long ago. They are heavily rusted and heavily aged. The shaft leads upwards at a steep angle for 60 foot. The cracks, handholds, and pitons placed here years ago by someone allow for characters to ascend the shaft almost as if you were using a ladder. At which point...
How do you equip something?
Is it in your inventory?
Yes.
So you should see there's a bunch of columns with ticks. There's
The wheelbarrow with ticks means you're carrying it. The sword, helmet, shield one means equipped, as far as I can tell.
yes.
I got it.
Oh. And then what I will have to do is you'll have to bear with me one moment as I take you to this area.
Well, this isn't a battle mat at all.
No, it is not a battle map. Okay. Not that bit. I need this bit.
Cutscene.
Hello, sir.
So, after climbing for 60 foot, the shaft from Area C3 levels out and heads northwest for approximately 30-minute walk.
Yeah, I'll use my rope and stuff to help them, like
Cool.
the wounded.
Cool. The tunnel opens into a large cavern, about 70 foot across. Cylindrical rock formations along the walls arch up to make a dome-like chamber, but the walls and floor are riddled with cracks. At the center of the cave, a stone tower that might have once reached the 50-foot high ceiling has collapsed onto its side. Leave that to one side, and then open on this. Scroll. Can everyone make me a perception check? Okay, Septimus and Paige, you both notice two humanoid people bent over and very carefully digging through the rubble. Now and again they call out, and a muffled voice in the rubble answers them back.
Oh dear.
Hello, can we be of assistance?
And so as you make yourselves aware to these individuals, they drop into defensive stances, but not aggressive. One of the mongrels is a hunchbacked woman a face so warped by tumours that she's incapable of intelligible speech. The second man does the talking for the two of them. He's a tall, thin creature with a face that melds the features of an attractive elven man, a goat, and a lizard folk. His oversized fingers end in dull, spade-like talons. He introduces himself as Lan. He says, "If your intentions are ill, we ask you move on and leave us in peace. They're good, but perhaps you can help. As you can see, misfortune has befallen us." And he kind of like motions towards the rubble.
I would be more than happy to help you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So as you kind of like come closer, again, still kind of defensive, get some reactions from your companions. Anivia treats the mongrels with curiosity and a bit of pity. She kind of like eyes them and things. August appears disgusted by these creatures. He advises you not to trust them. He will also, due to these things, impart a -2 penalty on all diplomacy checks made with mongrels.
Just from
Aravash
his
is
sheer presence.
by his constant like oof kind of things, and don't trust them, they're hideous. Aravash is intrigued by them, and he asks many questions about their history. But his questions clearly quite quickly start to annoy them, as they have more important things to do.
Can I rather aggressively and try and intimidate the grumpy rich man to shut up?
You can certainly try.
I'll get Aravash to like sit down and be like, Aravash, here, sit on this big rock over here. There'll be plenty of time for questions later. At the moment, it seems is someone trapped?
Yes,
What are we
indeed.
doing here?
So
As I step up, put hands on my hips, and sort of appraise the work as you do with this. Someone else is doing like DIY or something. You go, "Ooh, so what are we working on over
Yeah.
here?"
Oh yeah, get like 20 people
it's like
standing around.
five guys standing around the hole, all giving a different option.
Yeah, supervising for one person at work. Yeah.
So you manage to because Aravash is helpful to you. He stops the questions. He understands, which means he doesn't impart a further -2 penalty to diplomacy checks, as he is already friendly. Septimus, you do not successfully intimidate Horgus. Because you are. Okay, actually, let me find Horgus Worm. Skills. Oops, wrong button.
That's weird. My character sheet just closed randomly.
Yeah.
He looks down at you, and he goes, "Boy, I am far more important than you. Dare speak to me like that again, and I'll see you locked in irons. Do you hear me?" And you are shaken. He successfully intimidates you.
Oh, the presence, the cojones.
So these two individuals who the man introduced himself as Lan. He introduces his companion as Dyra, and his other companion of Krell. Krell is the one who's currently trapped beneath a rock. A very large rock is currently trapping him. They've cleared away enough rubble that only one large rock remains wedged in place above the small place in which Krell is trapped. It looks like lifting the rock would require a considerable strength check, which multiple people can help with, which the two mongrels alone cannot accomplish. Up to 6 people can work together to lift the stone, with one rolling the strength check and the other 5 attempting to aid another. Alternatively, you could try and dig him out. Has anyone got knowledge engineering or profession minor?
No.
No, but
No,
I'm
no.
strong. I've got muscle.
Okay.
Yeah, big man, you, me, and the others. Mostly you. Oh, we can get this. Like, we'll like spit on our hands.
Could I don't know if I could maybe add a little oomph with my
Ooh.
Sylphie airiness.
Yeah, that's oomph has literally just reminded me. I have this dragon scale that can levitate shit.
Oh yeah.
You go, well, I've got this airy, sylphy oomph, and I'm like, air. And it's very Homer. Dental plan, Lisa needs braces. Dental plan. Like, oh, would this help?
Don't know if it would.
That's what you're here for, DM.
Yeah.
Balls.
Levitate. Target. You or one willing creature or one object. Total weight up to 100 pounds per level.
I have no idea the level of this scale because my character sheet disappeared.
I will say that you can use the levitate to make you can lower the DC using this.
Cool. And I will definitely do that, and like muscle. If it needs to be that someone else needs to use the scale while I'm lifting, then so
No,
be
you
it.
can. I mean, it'll have levitate cast on it. The levitate spell itself isn't powerful enough to literally levitate it, but it's kind of anchored on it, and it just makes it a bit easier for all of you to lift. So, who's going to lead the strength check? Before anyone rolls, who's going to lead the strength check?
That's my assist.
That's your assist. Okay, who's leading the strength check?
I guess it'll probably be me.
Yeah.
Yeah?
So.
And then other people are aiding. Okay, you've got a. Before you roll, let's get the aids first. Lan's going to. He's going to aid. And so is Dyra. Okay, Lan successfully aids you because I believe the DC is 15. Actually, is it?
Hello?
Are other people
Hello?
rolling their?
Oh, sorry, I was
another
looking
check?
up Aid Another. I was forgetting I was on push to talk. I
Oh,
started looking
okay.
up Aid Another because you're like, does a 15 or a 10?
Sorry.
It's a good
Yeah,
question.
I was waiting for my turn. Sorry.
Okay, Paige does not aid. Champ definitely aids.
And levitates.
And it levitates, yeah.
Clouds,
I need
dust
to roll
everywhere.
A D20.
So
and
you're adding a d20 plus
5.
6.
I provide a breeze to keep everybody from breaking a sweat.
Yeah.
I'm helping.
Oh,
helping.
1 plus 10.
I'm so useless. I'm sorry. Whoa, what is that?
Yeah, it's 10. 10 or more is aid.
Okay, yeah. Oh, okay, so there's actually an additional 2 more than that, so which makes it a 23, which normally
Fails.
wouldn't be enough to lift the rock. However,
Gasp.
I lowered the DC by 5 because it was levitated, which makes it enough to lift the rock.
But the power of airbending.
By the power of airbending, you successfully lift the rock and release Krell from his trapped location.
What does Krell look like?
Figured, but somewhat nice creature. Get quick, it's very heavy. Scuttle out
I
here.
can do this all day, but please don't make me.
Scuttle out here on your 2 legs and what could be presumably called a tail.
Cool. So for saving his life, he got some experience. And luckily you didn't fail it by a certain amount, in which case what would have happened was you would have lifted the rock partially and then dropped it on him and killed him.
Oh, God.
So, well done on that. Can you... Someone can lead this, I guess. Not... I don't know. each of you can make me a diplomacy check if you want.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, definitely in for that. Well,
Okay.
I'll give it a good go.
Okay.
Being all handsome and tossing my hair,
Alright,
but now the wind's blowing it.
That's enough to make these guys
How long am I shaken
friendly. Sorry?
How long am I shaken for?
Oh, you're no longer shaken. It was only like a few rounds.
That's another +2 then.
Oh,
Crystal
okay.
just gives them some kind of grin full of broken teeth. It's like, "Ah,
See,
ah."
you've made these guys friendly, and they're like, we are indebted to you. Thank you for coming on. What are surfaces doing down here? Why? How did you get here?
We fell. We're just trying to find our way back up to the surface.
He looks very confused. He's like, but that passageway you came through, it just leads deeper. How did you fall?
There was a great fight. A demon, a dragon. Dragon died. And if someone can fill in more.
Chap will
And
be
as a result of the collapse, we fell through a very deep hole.
Yeah, Champ will be like, I'm afraid the great dragon, whatever the fuck its name was.
Tarendalev.
That's the one. It was like I could have to leave this, go back and check my notes. You fucking push to talk again. It's like, yeah, no, that unfortunately has fallen in a great battle. Demons are invading your fair city, and I'll be like, they probably heard this above, and like the one there was it's Kenebres. I'll be like, but Kenebres stands. As I'm stealing that from like 40k, where they have Cadia stands. And I'm like,
shocked mutters
Kenebres
amongst the Mongols, which is what they call themselves, Mongols. And they're like, you have to come with us. You have to come with us to Neitherholm. It's our village. You must speak to our chief. This is a sign. It's time for the children of the First Crusaders to once again come to the surface. You must convince our chiefdom to allow us to come. We must take you.
Sounds like a capital idea.
Yeah,
I'm
sounds
gonna
like a party.
I think we should.
I'm gonna have to leave very, very soon.
Okay, that's fine. We'll go to one location, and we'll leave it there. Okay. So the next location we get to is this area here.
You have a cliffhanger literally on the edge of a cliff.
A literal cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger!
Amazing.
Ahead, a wide chasm splits the tunnel floor. The floating rock dust in the air and the groans of the tunnel walls settle indicate that the tunnel split recently. The Mongols they express dismay when they see the chasm. There's a way forward on the other side of the chasm to the southeast. But maybe the tremors have destroyed our home. This wasn't here before. We have to cross this to get to it. The chasm is 10 foot across, 70 foot wide, and 30 foot deep. You have someone with a broken leg, someone who's blind, and someone who's not particularly athletic in the form of Horgus to get across. I'll leave you guys to ponder how you can do that the next session. Well done, everyone, with your progress. You've done very well. You are how far? You are close to level 2 already.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You've got some shiny loots. Yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I'm going to disappear from our Discord call to say goodbye and have a chat with those.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Like, comment, and subscribe, and all that jazz. Yes.
Hit the bell icon.
I will be uploading this onto the YouTubes. I believe Cast is also going to be doing a condensed version onto the YouTubes.
Yes, indeed.
And
Awesome.
if you guys want to follow me, there's all my socials, and there's a link to my YouTubes. So, thank you guys for joining me and playing for me today. Really appreciate it. And
Giving you all the sexy free content.
yeah, exactly. And I'll talk to you guys through the week in regards to the game. Like, there's things you you like, dislike, want to do, etc. Queries about how this works. There's a few things I've taken note of that I need to fix. But yeah, I'm sure I'll chat to you guys anyway. But yeah, I'm going to disappear from the Discords.
All right, bro. Thank you for the
Right,
game.
ciao,
too.
buddy. Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Nice playing
Bye.
with you all.
Ciao.
Hello, chat. How are you guys doing? Hopefully you found it entertaining. Hopefully I didn't screw up too much. Apologies for some of the my next stream. I might stream during the week next week on like a Monday or a Tuesday, maybe. I don't know what I'm going to stream. Wednesday evening, I'm going to stream some more Oxygen Not Included. Thursday, I don't know. And then Saturday, I won't be streaming the Pathfinder TTRPG because we do this every other Saturday. So I'll be playing something else this Saturday. Maybe some GM prep or something like that at the moment. Again, thank you everyone for coming along this evening. Really appreciate it. Until next time, guys. Stay safe. I'll see you soon. Always roll 20s. Bye.